Center in Worcester, Massachusetts for WMCT's presentation of the Division II State Championship game between the Marlboro Panthers, who are wearing the visitors' black and orange uniforms, and the Danvers High Falcons, who are wearing the home blue and white uniforms. Danvers comes in as the North Section champions, Marlboro the Central Section champions. Marlboro 21-3 on the year, Danvers 26-0. And to bring you the starting lineups, we've got number 4, Mike Nestor, number 21, Vincent Clifford, number 24, Devin Allen, number 25, Devin Harris, and number 32, Peter Murray for Danvers. They're coached by John Walsh. And for Marlboro, Owen Capadonna, Joe Turpak, Chris Doherty, Jose De La Cruz, and Liam Shanahan, coached by hometown hero Brian Riley. And the opening tip won by Doherty in the hands of De La Cruz. He brings it over half court, and we are underway. I'm Jared Ware. On camera this afternoon, Tom Brown. First possession for either team, flashing to the elbow extended is Doherty. Reverses it, Shanahan with the 12-foot J, no good. Offensive board falls gratefully into the hands of Jose De La Cruz. First possession of the game, Marlboro gets an offensive board to keep it alive. Capadonna, top of the circle, rotates it near side to Turpak. Double teamed on the low block as Doherty spins into trouble, into a triple team, goes up with it, just caught front iron, ball's loose on the floor, and 6'10" Peter Murray comes away with it. So this is the Falcons' first possession, 7:12 left in the first quarter. Near side, Nestor has it, goes down low off the fingertips. Excuse me, this is Nestor, reverse to Harris, pops the 3, front iron, offensive board underneath. And that's Mike Nestor with the first bucket of the game for either team. Ball rotated to the far corner in front of the Danvers bench. Capadonna pull up J off the back iron. Board pulled down by Vincent Clifford. Danvers brings it over half court. Danvers had a fantastic year. Again, as we mentioned, undefeated, ranked the #1 team by the Boston Globe. And here's a 3 on the way, in and out, and the board grabbed by Doherty. Falcons won state championships in 2012 and in 2013. That was at the Division III level. They moved up to Division II, looking to add another jewel to their crown as Doherty spins inside, gets called for a walk, and he wanted a foul. There was all sorts of arms reaching out for him. Nothing is the call. So it's 2-0 Danvers, 6:12 in the first quarter, over half court. Devin Allen. Good inside cut to Murray. He converts and one. Thought about the dunk. Was bumped on the way up. That was De La Cruz. First team foul on Jose De La Cruz sends Peter Murray to the charity stripe. Murray, 6'10", misses the free throw. He's a senior. Had 7 points earlier this week as Danvers beat Bishop Feehan. Scoring that one 51-40 as Danvers put themselves here in the DCU Center for this final. Again, Marlboro yet to convert from the field, and that's going to be a foul on the floor. And that's going to be against Devin Harris, the Northeast Conference Player of the Year in 2014, and he's had a great season as well this year. So Marlboro looking for their first bucket of the game. Capadonna, Owen Capadonna will inbound. We'll see his older brother Joe as this game progresses. De La Cruz pulls up his dribble, hands it back out to Capadonna. Capadonna defended nicely, lost his footing, and gets called for the walk. That was Devin Allen doing a nice job on the defensive end for the Falcons. So 3 trips down the floor. Marlboro has come up empty all 3 times. It's 4-0. Danvers with the lead, 5:34 left in our very first quarter. Feed to Harris, baseline. Defended by Shanahan, and he gets called for the block. Second team foul on the Panthers. Too much body from Shanahan. That's going to be an interesting matchup between Shanahan and Harris. Shanahan played short minutes, though he did start earlier this week as Marlboro beat South Hadley. Harris in the paint goes up and gets it with a little English off the glass. His first bucket of the night, 6-0. Marlboro looking for offense early. Pass to no one in particular from Shanahan. He has words with Doherty. It's a turnover, and Danvers is rolling, and we got a timeout called by Marlboro. 5:08 left in the first quarter. Panthers' offense has been non-existent. Danvers looking like the #1 team in the state right now. Postseason-wise, the Falcons have beat Wakefield, Latin Academy, Brighton, and Arlington. That was all in the Division II North section. 18 teams, or 16 teams qualified for that tournament. They won those 4 games. The final in that was a win over the 2-seed Arlington, 50 to 47. And earlier this week, they beat Bishop Fee and the South champions 51 to 40. Marlboro, as we mentioned earlier this week, had the big game against South Hadley, their semifinal. They won that 65-58. They have postseason wins this year over Concord Carlisle in the Central Championship. They beat Medfield and Hopkinton as well in the Central section. So Danvers has had to play more games this postseason, but they're still unblemished on the year. They jumped out to an early lead. Marlboro jumped out to an early lead in their game against South Hadley in the semifinal, but South Hadley made it interesting in the third quarter before Marlboro could pull away and seal the deal. Harris with it, top of the circle. Nestor rotates it quickly. Ball now in the hands of Allen. Allen, the second leading scorer in the semifinal, with the floater high off the glass, and he converts. In that semifinal, Allen had 13 points. Devin Harris led the way with 17 for Danvers. Doherty, the leading scorer for the Panthers in that semifinal, kicks it out to Owen Capadonna, who gets the Panthers on the board for the first time in this game. 4:18 left in the first quarter. It's 8-3. Danvers with the lead. Danvers has been clicking on the offensive end. Murray hands it off to Nestor. Clifford rotates to Allen, back to Nestor. Nestor penetrates, hands it to Murray, 10-footer, no good. He gets his own board. Second chance, no good, and Doherty pulls down the board on the defensive end. De La Cruz pushing it, Shanahan, 12-footer, no, front iron. Doherty with the offensive board goes up, fouled, misses the chance, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Doherty had a checkered game from the stripe against South Hadley in the semifinal, converted some big free throws late in the game. Marlboro wasn't great as a team as well from the charity stripe, so that's going to have to change tonight if they're going to beat this good Danvers team. So the lefty fires the first, rattles it in off the front iron. Joe Capadonna checks in for his first minutes of the game. Leon Shanahan heads to the bench. Second for Doherty is good. And it's 8-5 now, just a one-possession game after Danvers jumped out to the early 6-0 lead. Good ball rotation, open 3 for Clifford in the corner off the back iron. Battling for the board is Murray, and they're going to call foul underneath on the Panthers. That's going to go against Joe Turpak. Turpak, who did such a fantastic job against South Hadley's Cam Earl, one of the leading scorers in the postseason in the entire state. Good inbound feed to Harris underneath. He draws a foul from behind. Think that's going to be on Capadonna. And they actually say that's on Doherty. So already 4 team fouls for Marlboro. And Harris knocks down the first free throw. Marlboro crowd looking to make some noise with Harris at the line. Ice water in his veins. He has 4 points, and it's 10-5. De La Cruz going to bring it over half court. Capadonna's first touch on the offensive end, launches the college 3. Missed everything. Caught a piece of the backboard, actually. 3:14, 10-5. Danvers with another trip on the offensive end. Allen, Murray at the top of the circle, in the corner to Harris. Thought about the three, hands it off to Allen, who decides to take it. Nothing but twine for Devin Allen, and he's got 5 points, and they are up 8. Turpak up fake to the rim, and he was fouled underneath. Oh no, they're gonna say that was offensive. Nestor with good position draws the offensive foul. Marlborough's gonna put Shanahan back in the game. Turpak is gonna take a seat with 2 personals. And Marlborough going 2-2-1 full court press. Doherty had to get the net out of the Danvers hoop. De La Cruz steps out. Ball rotation from Danvers, trying to get it over the timeline. Allen finally does, defended by De La Cruz. Man-to-man defense for Marlborough. Nestor, top of the circle. Owen Capadonna flashes defensively. Back with Allen, standing by the D in the DCU center logo. Allen into the paint, good feed to Mary. Mary couldn't convert on the doorstep. Capadonna at full speed, had it poked away from behind. Kept it alive with a ball rotation to Shanahan. Ends up with De La Cruz on the far side in front of the Danvers bench. Capadonna calls for a screen, gets it, pull up Jay, decided against it. Inside to Doherty, double team, good feed to Shanahan, who couldn't corral it on the first opportunity, and then the block underneath from Mary, ball loose on the floor. And we get a late jump ball call, possession arrow in favor of Danvers. Great feed, great vision from Doherty on the low block, found his partner, big man Shanahan, couldn't handle the pass. So a good look goes waning, and Marlborough, they trail 13-5. Capadonna looking to jump underneath Mary. Nestor penetrates, corner three, Clifford's open, no good. Ball swatted around, it ends up with Marlborough, and there's gonna be a loose ball foul on Danvers. And that's gonna be on Harris. And that's his second personal, so he's gonna take a seat. Rudy Francois gonna check in. Danvers crowd chants Rudy as Rudy steps on the floor, and he'll step up to defend Joe Capadonna. Brother to Owen. Penetrating floater over the 6'10 Mary, and the shot was affected as Capadonna went up. Disjointed start from the Panthers offense. For Danvers, just about everything has been working on the offensive and defensive end. Clifford tried to penetrate and draws the foul on Joe Capadonna. 6th team foul already on the Panthers. We still have 1:14 left in the first quarter. So more than likely, Danvers is going to be playing 8 minutes in the bonus, and Francois off the bench knocks down the triple. Lead up to 11, 16-5. Capadonna draws the foul on Francois, too much body. Head coach Joe Walsh pleading his case with Francois. Just move your feet there. Capadonna goes over to inbound in front of the scorer's table. Brian Short checked into the game for Marlborough, and he has it for the Panthers. Capadonna, elbow extended outside the NBA three-point line. Working on Francois. Doherty in the paint, goes up with it, and that's blocked by Mary again. What a presence he is underneath the rim. Short had a good look with the lefty layup and missed. So 35 seconds left in the first quarter. 11-point lead for Danvers. They can hold for the last shot. The runner, no good from Allen, but he'll go to the line. That foul is going to be on Owen Capadonna. 7th team foul. So Allen, who already has 5 points for Danvers, goes to the line. And he misses the first side iron. .27-7 shot clock will be off after this free throw for Marlborough. 17-5's our score. Allen up to 6 points in the first quarter. Lead is 12. Capadonna takes his time getting over half court, gets a screen from Owen, knocked away. Francois has it, and there's a foul. That will send Rudy Francois to the line with 18 seconds left in the quarter. So head coach Brian Riley is going to have a word and regroup with his team in 18 seconds at the end of the quarter. Settle his guys down, try to get something going on the offensive end. First miss by Francois, 17 on the game clock, shot clock is off. Capadonna all the way to the hole, and he converts, so Capadonna with 5 points for Marlboro. The lead down to 10. 5 on the game clock. Clifford up fake, had it knocked away by Short, and that should do it for the first quarter, in which the Danvers Falcons ran out to an early 10-point lead here in the DCU Center, the Division II state championship game between the Marlboro Panthers and Danvers Falcons on WMCT. Of the Division II state championship game between Marlboro and Danvers here on WMCT, I'm Jared Ware. On the floor, out of the quarter for Marlboro, Owen Capadonna, Brian Short, Joe Capadonna, Chris Doherty, and Jose De La Cruz. For Danvers, Rudy Francois, Devin Allen, Pete Merry, Mike Nestor, and Vincent Clifford. The three from the elbow extended, knocked down by Brian Short. The lead under double digits, down to 7, 17-10 as we start the second quarter. Quick hands from Joe Capadonna, nearly knocked it away from Nestor. Clifford lost it, had the presence of mind to try and swat it over to his teammate, but it ends up in the hands of the black jerseys of the Marlboro Panthers. De La Cruz, Short, up fake three, shot contested, had to change it in midair, but Doherty comes up with it for the Panthers. Capadonna, good rotation to De La Cruz, steps into a three, front iron rejected. 7 minutes left in the quarter, 17-10. Leading scorer on the night, Devin Allen with 6. Owen Capadonna has 5 for Marlboro. Allen twisting and turning, had it knocked away as he tried to drive. It's still loose, everyone's selling out for it. And again, the Panthers come away with a loose ball and the crowd responds. Capadonna. Ball rotation, corner three for Short, no. And a good job by Owen Capadonna going up over Francois to keep the possession alive, and he can't convert the corner three. All sorts of energy starting the second quarter for Marlboro. Still struggling from the field on the offensive end are the Panthers. Francois trying to get away from Capadonna, reverses to Allen. Inside to 6'10" Pete Merry. Long three from Francois, nothing but twine. That was an NBA three from Rudy Francois, lead back up to 10. De La Cruz picked up his dribble. Inside to Capadonna on the elbow, went up. Didn't want to take the shot. Gets called for the travel, and Coach Riley just looking for a little more composure on the offensive end. And Pete Merry at 6'10", as I've mentioned multiple times, really has affected a lot of the Panthers' shots so far in this game. Down to 5:33 left in the second quarter. 20-10 ball game. Clifford, three off the screen, no good. Capadonna pushing into the paint. Left-hand layup, no good, and Danvers comes away with a rebound. Harris with it. Allen over half court, slows it up. Clifford inside to Harris, who's working on Capadonna. Spins to the rim, the floater is pure. Harris has 6, and we got a timeout from Marlboro once again. 22-10, largest lead of the night for the Falcons. 6 from Francois off the bench, 6 from Allen, 6 from Harris. Those are your leaders for Danvers. for Marlboro, 5 from Capadonna, 3 from short, just the 2 for Chris Doherty, who every time he gets it on the low block is being double and triple teamed. Freshman having a tough night. Both fan sections getting into it right now. Marlboro fan section trying to inject some life into their team. Out of the timeout, De La Cruz, Capadonna, Short, Shanahan, and Doherty on the floor for Marlboro. 2-3 zone being employed by Danvers. Allen and Francois, the front court, the back court, Harris, Merry, and Clifford. Inside to Shanahan with a bump from Harris. That's his 3rd personal. Shanahan will go to the line. Now head coach Walsh for Danvers has to be careful. His best offensive weapon in foul trouble early in the first half. Harris will go and take a seat. I believe Nestor's going to come back onto the floor. Nelson's on Petty, getting set to come in for Marlboro. So Shanahan at the stripe, shooting 2. No good on the first, too strong. Nestor checks in and Harris goes to take a seat. Joe Capadonna at the scorer's table. Looks like he's going to come in for Shanahan after this free throw. No good, back iron once again. Mentioned earlier, Marlboro needs to make all their free throws. At least shoot better from the stripe than they did against South Hadley in the semifinals. Still a 12-point ball game, 22-10. 4:33 left in the half. Allen trapped in the corner, had it swatted away by Shanahan. And now we see that substitution with Capadonna coming in. Liam Shanahan heads to the bench. Great turnaround for the Panthers, who had just 4 wins last year. Go from not qualifying to the postseason to a state finals appearance. As we mentioned, Danvers with a championship pedigree, making the state final for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. Allen crossing over and draws the foul on De La Cruz. 8th team foul for the Panthers. So we're still just in the bonus. Excuse me, that will be the 9th team foul on Marlboro. So the next puts Danvers in the double bonus. Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Chance for Marlboro to cut the lead to 10, maybe 9. Capadonna steps into a 3, comes up empty. Doherty goes up with it, and it's going to be a jump ball call as Nestor got his hands on it as Doherty came down with it. Possession arrow back to Danvers. Tough half for Marlboro from the field. They were so good in the first half earlier this week against South Hadley. Yet to really find their stroke here in the DCU Center. Francois, who has 6 off the bench. We've hit a little bit of a scoring drought in this game. Allen picks up his dribble 35 feet from the hole. He hands off to Francois. Nestor flashes and receive, rotates to Allen. Clifford. He lost it trying to penetrate, wanted a call, doesn't get it. Good outlet feed to Doherty. And that's going to be a travel on the freshman Doherty. So still just 2 points in the half for Doherty, who had 30 against South Hadley. He might have had 33 against South Hadley. He did. Coach Walsh, he actually wanted the offensive there. That would put Danvers in the double bonus. And that's the discussion they're having right now in front of the Danvers bench. They're going to say Doherty walked before he would have committed what would have been a borderline offensive foul. So after much deliberation, much protestation, we're ready to go with Francois inbounding underneath the Marlboro basket. I think we've got some blood on Allen and Nestor, so we're going to see Kenneth Crittenden III coming into the game for Danvers. Harris back on the floor for the Falcons. Inbound stolen by the Panthers. Looking to steal a bucket. Short for three in the corner. Knocked it down. So Short has 6 off the bench for Marlboro. The lead down to single digits. It's 9. Francois looking to respond with a 3 of his own. Front iron. Crittenden tracks down the loose ball. Marlboro can go on a run and get the crowd going, get people on their side here, as there's going to be a cheap foul on the floor from Short. Too much body contact. That will send Francois to the line shooting 2. Danvers now firmly into the double bonus. Francois knocks down the first, 23-13. Nestor and Allen, they're cleaned up and ready to go. They come back onto the floor, and Joe Capadonna is going to check in as well. So Francois with another, looking to push the lead up to 11 with 3:08 left in the game, and he does just that. He has 8 points on the night. Doherty in the corner, inside to Capadonna. He goes up, and Murray gets too much body contact, got a piece of the wrist of Capadonna. He'll shoot 2 for Marlboro. One of the seniors on this Panther team at the line. First, no good from Capadonna. 2:56 left in the half of what is an 11-point ball game here in the D2 State Championship. Capadonna good on the second. His first point of the night. Full court press by the Panthers. Clifford with it for the Falcons. Allen looking to accelerate past De La Cruz. Penetrates, pull up J, pure. Allen with 8. Lead up to 12. Joe Capadonna inside, had it knocked away by Francois. 2:25, 26-14 is our game score. Allen hands off to Clifford. Francois top of the circle to Nestor. Clifford thought about the 3, bounces it to Murray, who's going to go to work on Doherty. Hook shot, no good. And that's going to be a foul 80 feet from the basket. Or 60 feet from the basket, excuse me, by Murray. So with 2:07, that foul will put Marlboro into the bonus, sending Doherty to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Joe Turpak's going to check back into the game. Joe Capadonna going to head to the bench. Doherty with just 2 points so far. Misses the front end, so he's still stuck on 2 points for the half. We tick down closer to 2 minutes left. Over half court comes Allen. Francois, 3, off the screen, rattles in, out and back in. And Francois off the bench has been the difference. He has 11 points all by himself. De La Cruz Penetrating baseline, draws the foul on Nestor, so another opportunity for Marlboro at the line. Owen Capadonna, a sophomore, having words with freshman Chris Doherty. Zompetti's going to check in for short. First from De La Cruz is good. He gets himself on the score sheet. This is a big minute 42 for the Panthers as De La Cruz misses the second. Have to try and get this lead down to a manageable margin. Right now it's 14. And the way that Danvers is shooting over the next minute and a half, it could extend. Clifford trying to penetrate, and he gets called for the walk, and he comes up with a quick limp. I think he's all right. He's got that big knee brace on his right leg. He was injured all of last season. He was part of the 2013 state championship team. Good to have a senior with some championship experience back on the floor. 1:15 left in the half, 29-15. Danvers has led this game throughout, and that pass off the hands of De La Cruz and out of play. And that's a turnover you can't afford. Allen hands it off to Clifford, back to Allen. Going baseline, good handoff to Murray, lost it on the way up. They're going to say he was fouled. And that foul is going to be on Brian Short with a reach in from behind. So Murray, who has just 2 points on the night, he's been such a presence though on the low block. He's made such a difference in this ball game so far. Hasn't come off the floor for Danvers, the definition of a rim protector. Second from Murray is good. He's playing at the base of a 2-3 zone that has worked wonders so far for the Falcons of Danvers. On the floor, Francois is going to be called for the reach-in. We've devolved into a foul fest in the last 2 minutes of this half. Owen Capadonna at the line. Joe Turpak's going to take a seat. Nelson Zompetti checks in. And Capadonna misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So with 45 seconds left, it's a 15-point lead for Danvers. Good ball movement by the Falcons and a big block by Doherty at the rim. De La Cruz, Capadonna in the corner, looking to make use of the momentum, but it's an errant pass. Stolen by Clifford, so we're down to 25. Shot clock's off. Nestor nearly had it taken away by Capadonna, but it's going to be a reach-in, and he'll go to the line with a chance to push the lead up to 17 at the interval. Owen Capadonna takes a seat. His brother Joe will come in his place. Nestor knocks down the first free throw. Kieran Moriarty and Andrew Dunn check in for Danvers. Nestor completes the trip to the stripe with 2 free throws. Lead is up to 17. 10 seconds left in the half. Joe Capadonna launches a 3, no good. Over the back call on Doherty with 3 seconds left. And that will put Danvers back on the line with a chance to sneakily extend the lead to nearly 20. So this is the substitute done. First free throw, no good. Second good, lead up to 18. 2 seconds left on the game clock. Short with the shot, no good. So at the half of the D2 state finals, it's Danvers 33, Marlboro 15 here on WMCT. I'm Jared Ware. We'll be back with the second half from the DCU Center.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
D2 state finals here in WMCT from the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. 33-15, Danvers leading Marlboro. On the floor for the Panthers in the black and orange uniforms, Joe Turpak, Jose De La Cruz, Owen Capodanno, Liam Shanahan, and Chris Doherty. And for Danvers, Rudy Francois, Devin Allen, Vincent Clifford, Mike Nestor, and Peter Merry. Doherty, who was held to just 2 points in the first half, hands it off to De La Cruz. Panthers need to go on an early run in this quarter, and that will help from Doherty with the up and under. Press applied by the Panthers. They are going to need help if they're going to come back in this game. And it's going to come from applying pressure and forcing turnovers from the Falcons of Danvers. Allen, Clifford with it. Murray steps out to the three-point line, no pressure applied. They're not afraid that the big man will pop a three. Francois, who can knock him down, kicks it to Allen. He's in the corner with 1 on the shot clock. They're not going to get it away, and it's going to be a turnover, and that's exactly what Marlboro needs with 7:10 left in the third quarter. It's 33-17. Leading scorer so far in this game, Rudy Francois for Danvers. He has 11. Devin Allen for Danvers has 8. Devin Harris has 6 in short minutes. He's in foul trouble. Inside to Shanahan to the rim, draws the foul. That's going to be on Clifford. Shanahan's had his struggles from the charity stripe so far in this game. Leading scorer for the Panthers, Capodanno with 5. Doherty now with 4. Shanahan again comes up empty from the free throw line. And converts for his first point of the afternoon. We were talking at halftime that the Panthers would need to go on maybe a 7 or 8-0 run coming out of the half. Francois took too many steps, shuffled his feet before he launched. Oh, it's 33-18. And it looks like the Panthers might just go on that run if they can convert here on the offensive end. They really struggled from the field in the first half. They can find their stroke. They could get back in this ball game. Turpak, head fake. Shanahan, jumper from the free throw line. He knocks it down. Lead down to 13. 5-0 run out of the half for the Panthers. Clifford looking to drive, ran into Turpak. Allen hands it off. Ball being moved around the perimeter. Francois for 3. Hit the joint of the basket in the backboard. Inside to Shanahan. Flashing to the free throw line, popping the jumper is Doherty, and that's pure. 5-0 run, make that 7-0 run. It's 33-22. Full court press being applied by the Panthers. De La Cruz is going to step up to Allen. They go shoulder to shoulder and no call, which will be a sight that Panthers fans will enjoy. They thought the first half was called too tightly. Clifford, pull up Jay, knocks it down and one. That's his first make of the night, and it's a big one with Harris coming back onto the floor. Looks like Marlboro's shooting the ball better in this second half. So Harris on the floor, number 25 for Danvers. He had 17 points in the semifinal, has 6 so far, but he's got the 3 personals. 36-22 with 5:20 left in the third quarter. Doherty off to De La Cruz, gets it back on the low block. He's double teamed predictably, up and under, no good. Again, Murray as the rim protector made the shot difficult for Doherty. Harris working on Shanahan, and that's going to be a travel on Harris. Thought for a moment might have been a block. Call goes the Panthers' way. They're down 14. Doherty top of the circle, NBA three-point line. Spins, jumper from the free throw line, front iron, no good. And they're going to call a foul on Owen Capadonna. That's his third personal. Starting guard in trouble for the Panthers. Coach Riley's going to stick with them. And right on cue, Brian Short pops off the bench, so it looks like he'll come in for Capadonna at the next stoppage. Clifford on the wing. Harris straightaway 3. Front iron, no good. Doherty comes away with the rebound. He's going to push it for the Panthers. Nearly got away from Murray, who used that long reach to knock it away, and that's going to be a foul on Doherty, and the crowd not happy at all. That's Doherty's third personal, so Capadonna goes to the bench. The lead's still 14 for Danvers. (36-22) with 4:10 left in the quarter. Allen looking to spin away from De La Cruz. Has to give it off. And the entry pass intercepted by Doherty. Doherty running the floor, looking to penetrate. Hop step to the rim and one. And that was Doherty's response to the bad call on his last trip down the floor. Drives to the paint authoritatively, converts, and he has a chance for the three-point play. No good on the free throw. Harris did a good job boxing out Shanahan. De La Cruz all over Allen. The 3 from Harris, no good. Another board for Doherty. Those long strides, using every inch of that frame to bring it over half court. Turpak passed up on a 3. Doherty in the paint again to the rim, draws the foul. So he'll go to the line once more. Chris Doherty starting to come alive in the second half. Leads down to 12, he can make it 10. Converts on the first. 3:29 left in the third. And Doherty rattles it home to cut the lead down to 10. And that is Doherty's 10th point of the night. All of a sudden, he has 8 in the second half. Danvers with just 3 points this half. A big block from Doherty underneath. Allen tried to penetrate. The tables have turned ever so slightly. Still a mountain to climb. Clifford. He has 6, all 6 in the second half. He's the only Falcon to score in the second half. Shanahan on the elbow. Short steps into a 3. Good response from the Panthers. Short off the bench with 9. Back to a 10-point ball game. De La Cruz looking for an opportunity to knock it away from Allen. Clifford, another 3. Can he respond? No. Doherty boxes out, pulls down another rebound. 2.5 left in the third quarter. Short, up fake. Shanahan, Turpak did a great job keeping that in play. Short called for it and gets it. Marlboro desperately wants to cut this to single digits. Turpak with the air ball. 120 seconds left in the third quarter. 39-29. Danvers, who's led every second of this game. Allen, coming off the screen, had a look for 3. Goes to Clifford, who drops it off to Murray. Thought he was going to dunk for a moment. Goes with your basic layup, 41-29. Doherty into the paint, again goes up, couldn't convert, but he'll go to the line once more. And that foul is going to be on Murray. And that's his 3rd personal, and that could be key. They're going to have to continue to drive at Murray, try and get him in even more foul trouble. He has not come out this game. He's been posted up underneath the Marlboro hoop all game long, and has made things difficult for the Panthers trying to get to the rim. One free throw brings the lead down to 11. Harris not on the same page with Allen, so a cheap giveaway by Danvers. Marlboro with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Capadonna rotates to Turpak. Foul line. Doherty has it spinning into the paint. All sorts of contact, no call. Latch touched off Doherty. And for a game that's been called with minimum contact being a whistle, the Panthers fans feel aggrieved that there wasn't a foul underneath on Doherty. Coach Riley again in deep conversation with the ref on his side. Allen had that pass deflected, almost out of bounds, and Clifford did step out of play. The Capadonna brothers force a turnover with 1:07 left in the quarter. And we're gonna get a timeout from Coach Riley and Marlboro. 1:07 left in the quarter, 11 points for Chris Doherty. He's now tied for the leading scorer in the game with Rudy Francois of Danvers. 9 points off the bench for Brian Short. 5 points for Owen Capadonna, 3 for Liam Shanahan. For Danvers, Devin Allen has 8, Devin Harris has 6, Vincent Clifford with 6, Pete Murray with 5. A bucket here out of the timeout for Marlboro would erupt this crowd who's just ready to get back into this game, ready to try and will this Panthers team into the lead for the first time. Still a long way to go. It was an 18-point lead at the half. Right now, it's just 11. And I say just because Danvers really ran out at the end of this first half and put a lot of pressure on the Panthers, threatened to really run away with this game. Panthers have done a good job positioning themselves for a potential fourth quarter run. Moving around the perimeter. Backdoor cut for Doherty, and the layup on the alley-oop attempt. Cuts the lead to 9. Doherty with 13. 49 seconds left in the quarter. Owen Capadonna defending Allen. Corner, 3 for Vincent. No good. Capadonna with the board. And that's going to be a foul by Allen. 5th team foul on Danvers. Not a high IQ play by Allen. Tried to reach in over the top from behind. Harris is going to take a seat. Francois comes back in for Danvers. Turpak checks in for Shanahan. Joe Capadonna bounces it into Owen Capadonna. Turpak on the wing, inside to Doherty. Had it knocked away underneath by Francois with active hands. Francois smartly slows up, tried to lead the charge, but it was 4-on-1. Francois into the lane, blocked by Doherty. Murray, no good on the doorstep. Board corralled by Joe Capadonna. Owen Capadonna, transition 3, up fake. And Joe took too many steps, shuffled his feet. Ball's going to go back to Danvers with 6 seconds left in the quarter. So Francois will inbound. It would be big for Marlboro to keep Danvers off the board here to end the quarter. Allen working on De La Cruz. The scoop, no good. So we'll head to the 4th and final quarter. The lead is just 9. The Panthers cut it in half out of the halftime break. Can they cut it down again? Maybe come back in this one. We'll see here on WMCT. CU Center in the Division II state final between the Marlboro Panthers and Danvers Falcons. Marlboro trailed by 18 at the half. They've cut it down to 9. Allen, Murray flash in the corner. Clifford up fakes. Harris with it, baseline jumper. Knocks it down in front of Shanahan. Lead back up to 11. Free throw line jumper from Doherty. Back iron. Shanahan gets the board underneath. Tries to dribble out of pressure and draws the foul on Allen. That's going to be his 3rd personal. Good work by Leon Shanahan on the offensive glass. Brian Short going to check back into the game. And Joe Turpak's going to make way. De La Cruz off the inbound. Back to De La Cruz. Short's open in front of his own bench. Knocks it down. Short's been feeling it from behind the line. He's got 11 off the bench. The lead is 8 with 7:10 left in regulation. Allen nearly threw that out of bounds. Good job by Clifford to keep it in play. Murray can't convert. A 3 here would blow the roof off this place. It would cut the lead to 5. Short. Jab steps a couple times, feeds Doherty. Jump ball call. Actually, one ref said jump ball, one ref said walk. Possession arrow would keep it with Marlboro. And it's going to be called the travel. Murray with it. Full court press by the Panthers. De La Cruz right in Allen's face. Allen to Clifford. Harris, who needs to get going for Danvers. Tried to get around Shanahan, but walked. Was lucky he didn't get called for an offensive for hooking Shanahan. 6:34, Marlboro with possession, 43-35. Owen Capadonna nearly lost the handle. Ball rotation around the perimeter, inside to Doherty. Working on Murray, goes up with it, no good. Gets his own rebound, 8 on the shot clock. And he gets called for the foul. We'll get a fresh shot clock. And that might be the 7th team foul on Danvers, which will send Doherty to the line for a 1-and-1. Only 3 team fouls on Marlboro. And now this is going to be about making your free throws for the Panthers. Doherty good on the first. Doherty has 14. Short with 12 for the Panthers. Doherty no good on the second. And it's going to be a foul underneath the Panthers basket. That's just the 4th team foul, so Danvers will go back and inbound. A chance for Marlboro to reset pressure. 7-point game. Allen nearly had it taken away from behind. Francois to the rim, hands it off to Murray. Unable to convert underneath, but draws the foul on Doherty. Murray has struggled from the field. We'll see what he can do from the free throw line. Murray, good on the first. Joe Turpak checks in for Chris Doherty. This might be his last pit stop of the game. Take a 45-second breather. Close the game out on the floor. Murray hits both. Shanahan on the elbow. Short dribbles left, gets his screen, pull-up jumper. Might have had his elbow hit, came up well short. Lead is 9. Clifford steps into a 3, comes up short himself. Allen with 15 on the shot clock. 55 minutes and 30 seconds on the game clock. The runner, no good. It hits off the back of the stanchion. Ball back to Marlboro. Marlboro's battled hard to get back into this game. Lead at the moment is 9. Turpak, top of the circle. Short, 3 off a screen. In and out, no good. De La Cruz, shortest man on the floor, gets a rebound. Short, again, not afraid to launch. He was fouled. Hit the back iron. Might have seen the majestically rare 4-point play, which really would have been a momentum shifter. Short will go to the line with a chance to shoot 3. What a spark plug he's been off the bench. He was very quiet against South Hadley in the semifinal. Did not score a point. With that free throw, he's brought his tally tonight up to 13. Now 14. All of his buckets have been 3s except for these 3 free throws, which he converts. He's got 15. The lead is down to 6. Again, the press being put on by Marlboro. Francois trying to get away from Capadonna. Allen gets it over half court. Defended by De La Cruz. Allen, pass it inside to Harris. Jump ball, possession arrow, Marlboro. Coach Walsh combs his head in disgust. He wasn't sure what was going on there with his Falcons. Chris Doherty back on the floor. So Marlboro's leading scorer on the year, Chris Doherty, checks in. Short, another 3. Oh, front iron, the crowd wanted it. And there's a timeout from Danvers head coach John Walsh. 4:32 45-39 Division II state championship game on WMCT. I'm Jared Ware, Tom Brown on the camera. 15 for Brian Short, 14 for Chris Doherty, your leading scorers for Marlboro. 11 for Francois for Danvers. 8 apiece from Allen and Harris, 7 from Mary, 6 from Clifford. Over 50% of your points for Marlboro scored by 2 men. Doherty and Short a combined 29 points. Quiet night for Joe Capadonna with just 1 point for Jose De La Cruz. And it's going to come down to, can Marlboro find a third scorer? Short has been feeling it, and he has got some good looks, so you might want to just ride the hot hand. He's going to sit down. He'll finish this game on the floor for the Panthers, I almost guarantee you that. And you can't forget about Joey Clutch, Joe Turpak. We're getting to the point of the game where he'll knock down a big 3. Clifford, foot on the line, 2, and he knocks it down. Capadonna over half court with 4:12 remaining. Inside to Doherty, a lot of wrestling underneath, and that's going to be called on Mary. That is his 5th. Oh, no, that might be his 4th. That is his 4th. Chris Doherty has 4 fouls of his own, so he needs to be just as careful. Front end of the 1-and-1. Slipped home by Doherty. He has 15. And we're at first minutes coming for Leo Coelho, and he's going to come in after the free throw from Doherty. So we might start seeing substitutions on the defensive end for Doherty. Converts on the second, leading scorer with 16. Coelho's going to come in on the defensive end. They're going to have to get a good defensive effort from number 21. 6-point ball game. Allen, defended by De La Cruz. He's made life so difficult for these guards. Harris inside, and that's going to be a foul underneath on Shanahan. They are not going to give continuation to Harris. Third foul on Shanahan, 16th foul on the Panthers. Francois passed up the 3, shuffled his feet, and turned it over. A guy who's been red hot from beyond the arc for the Falcons passed up a good look. 3:47, 6-point game. Danvers undefeated this season, 26-0. According to the Boston Globe, they're the #1 team in the state. Being pushed to the brink by the Panthers. Capadonna, floater, blocked by Mary. Doherty, pass out of a trap. Short had his pass stolen by Allen. Allen to the trailer, Francois, and he walked again. So the Panthers bailed out by the happy feet of Francois. Marlboro haven't been able to get the lead below 6. De La Cruz, 3. Pure! Lead down to 3. Jose De La Cruz with 4. 3 minutes left in regulation. 17th foul will put Allen on the line. This place has been ready to erupt, and it did when De La Cruz knocked down his first bucket from the field. Allen at the line. Everyone in the crowd pounding their chair. Front end, good. Allen up to 9 points on the night. The lead back up to 4. No good on the seconds. 4-point game. We've got 180 seconds left in this game. Short, inside to Doherty. Back to De La Cruz. Can he make it 2? No. The rebound pulled down by Capadonna. Short. Ball being moved around the perimeter. 23 on the shot clock. Short for 3. No. Good look. 2 very good looks for the Panthers on that trip. Couldn't knock either down. Still a 4-point game. Danvers led by 18 at the half. Clifford, big 3. No good. De La Cruz to Owen Capadonna. Penetrating. Corner. Short. Up fake. There was contact from Harris. No call. Good ball rotation by the Panthers. Capadonna to Doherty. Crowd holding its breath. Short, up fake, tries to penetrate again. Inside to Shanahan, takes a dribble, finger roll, yes! Shanahan with 5. It's a 2-point game with 1:42 left. A score that no one could imagine at the half. You can't hear the whistles out here. It's so loud in the DCU Center. Ball out of play, last touched by the Panthers. 1:33 in regulation. Joe Turpak back on the floor. Short's gonna sit down. Let's go Danvers chant from the traveling supporters. Inbounded to Francois. Allen dribbling to his right, defended by De La Cruz. Crossover, and there's going to be a foul on Jose De La Cruz. It's a smart play. Allen had good position down low, make him earn it at the free throw line. He only hit 1 of 2 the last time down. That's going to be timeout called on the floor, 1:25. 16 from Doherty, 15 for Short, 5 for Shanahan, 5 from Capadonna. Your scores for the Panthers. For Danvers, again, still the 11 from Francois, 8 from Clifford, 9 from Allen, 8 from Harris, 7 from Murray. It was 33-15 at the half. It's 48-46 with 1:25 left in regulation. Is this going to be a scenario where it's a horse race and Marlboro coming up from behind doesn't have enough time to pass Danvers, who's been in the lead this entire game? Allen at the line with a chance to bring the lead back up to 4. Shooting 1 and 1. The all-important front end. No good. Board pulled down by Doherty. So a chance for Marlboro to tie or take the lead. Owen Capadonna penetrating, pull up off the back iron. No good. Tip. Offensive board by Doherty. Goes back up. Partially blocked by Murray. The big man, the rim protector, Murray, doing his job. Under 60 seconds left. Big possession for Danvers. And Shanahan and Nestor got tied up. That's going to be the 9th team foul on the Panthers. So Nestor, again at the line, shooting 1 and 1. Again, All sorts of noise from the crowd. Front end no good. Shanahan with the board. 50 seconds left, 27 on the shot clock. De La Cruz to Capadonna. Inside to Doherty, 15 on the shot clock. Skip pass to De La Cruz. Capadonna, 3 in the corner. Back iron, no good. The crowd for a moment thought that was the one. Good look. 27 seconds left. Now a foul will put Danvers into the double bonus, so they'll shoot 2. They have had such a difficult time knocking down free throws late in this game. There's about 3 to 4, maybe 800-900 people here from Marlboro making all sorts of noise every time Danvers goes to the line. What a second half it's been from the Panthers. They've outscored Danvers by 16. Danvers has only scored 15 points in this half. And I believe that we will win chant from the Marlboro crowd. Nestor will inbound. The press put on by the Panthers. 27 on the game clock, 27 on the shot clock. Harris with it. They need to foul, and Turpak does. And if you're Danvers, that's the guy you want at the free throw line. One of your best scorers. 23.9 seconds left. Timeout called by Marlboro. Harris will shoot 2. Big free throws on the way from Harris. A senior, he moved to Danvers from Hingham after the 2013 season. Missed out on the championship runs by the Falcons. Looking to make one of his own. Shanahan, Doherty, Short, Capadonna, and De La Cruz on the floor. Harris at the line. Deafening crowd noise, the first. Pure. If Harris makes this, might be just enough for Danvers to hold on. And he does. Harris has 10, the lead back up to 4. De La Cruz, the Panthers need to work quickly. Short, elbow J, no good. Rebound by Shanahan, and that's going to be a foul on Harris. Fourth team foul, or excuse me, fourth personal on Harris. Shanahan will shoot 2 with 11 seconds left on the clock. 50 to 46, Shanahan, no good on the first. Must make situation. And Shanahan does. 3-point game with 11 seconds left, 50-47. Turpak comes in for Shanahan. Enough time for one trap. Harris will go to the line. Again, Danvers' best scorer. Harris at the line. If he hits them both, if he hits one, that's game. Timeout for Marlboro. Got to commend the Panthers on their second half effort. So Harris at the stripe, 9 seconds left. Big free throw. Rattles home, and that should just about do it. Harris knocks them both down, 52-47 with 9 seconds left. And it looks like the comeback will just fall short. The corner three from Owen Capadonna that just hit back rim. That's the shot. That's the one that Marlboro needed. So unless something wild happens, Danvers will be your Division II state champion. The Panthers will cap a great season as runners-up. Put on a gargantuan comeback in the second half. The inbounds deflected and intercepted. Harris has it. He traveled with 7 seconds left. Inbound is short. He's got a good look. Pops the three. Back iron, no good. Turpak hits the board, goes up, off the back iron, and that is it. 52-49. Danvers completes the unbeaten season, and they are your Division II state champions. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to the Panthers on a great year, a great second half of this game. For everyone at WMCT, I'm Jared Ware. Have a great night.